Welcome back to the Weekly Word Outdoor Adventures. I'm up here on Starr Mountain with my friend Brian Garlick. Brian has just moved down here back in the summer to the old Burkett Ivins place here. He's owns part of it now, several acres. What do you own, Brian? 7 or 8 acres of this?
Yes, sir.
And he's got a nice home up here. He's moved down here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, living here full time now. And he's been doing a lot of work. I've been up here doing some of my work this summer, and Brian's always busy. He's out here doing something. And he's been cleaning up here the last few days. Yo, what is this you're cleaning up? Tell him.
This is the what I like to call the old spring house from the Burkett Ivins place, and just wanted to kind of bring it back to life. A lot of memories have been here, some good, some bad, but fascinating piece of history, and discovered some very interesting things, Tazz.
Yeah, and my whole life, I first came in here in 1982. All I remembered was this part right here where they had a screen over it to keep the leaves out and just to drink and whatnot. I didn't even know it used to have a spring house on it until I shared it with Brian. Somebody gave me years ago an article out of True Detective magazine where there was a murder right here. They killed Muley Lynn right here at this spot back in 1955. And True Detective run a article, and it said in the magazine that they'd gotten a fight. Liquor was involved, of course, and they drug Muley down here, they said, to the spring house, and they hit him in the head with a fence post and killed him. And some people went to jail over that. It was finally solved, but I was reading that for like the second time here just a year or two ago, and it said spring house. I don't ever remember a spring house there, but in 55, apparently there was still a spring house here. So Brian's been cleaning up the old concrete footers and stuff, and he discovered some writing on it. He texted me, "Hey, there's writing in this concrete." And I was already hoping, he was like, "I'll send you some more pictures when I can get it clean and see what it says." And I was already in my mind thinking, I hope I know what that said. I hope it's got somebody's name and a date on it. And that's exactly what it turned out to be. So what does it say right up here?
On the one left side of the concrete footing, I saw some writing and knew somebody had inscribed it with something. And on the one ledge, it says T.B. Ivins. And I thought, that's just no way. And then I thought, I'm going to clean up a little bit more of the concrete. And on the other ledge, which you'll see in some pictures later, I found a date. And I was just so excited to share with Tazz that I couldn't quite read it, and he was able to decipher it before I could. June 21st, 1931.
So that would be Mr. Theophilus Burkett Ivins, who was the old sheriff. People around here still know this in here as the Burkett Ivins place, and this was almost 100 years ago when he was in here. But he was the famous character that he was a sheriff in McMinn County for many years, and he killed 7 or 8 people, but he always went to court, and he was always in self-defense until finally, up in the 40s, they assassinated him in a car bombing. But this was kind of his getaway too back in that day, when he had a house down in Etowah, but he had this place up here on the mountain too. So it's really the historic thing to uncover, where we know who built the spring house, the spring. Burkett built the spring house. When did he build it? June 21st, 1931. You know, it's just less than 6 years from now, that'll be 100 years old, and that's just too cool. When you put I do that too sometimes. When you pour some concrete, put your initials in it and a date, or you're in a Tazz. Everybody, all that puts Tazz, you know, there ain't no anymore, and put the date on it. That's there. I mean, it's there. It's a long time. And did you know that in the Bible, in the book of Isaiah, this reminded me of that God told his people back in Isaiah's day, said, "I have engraven your names on the palms of my hands of all things." Of course, that's an anthropomorphism, big word, assigning human qualities to God, who's a spirit and invisible. The only begotten Son's declared in the New Testament says, but nobody's ever seen God the Father. But he used that to say to God's people that you're always before me. I can't forget you. You're always on my mind, to quote Willie Nelson, if you would. God says to his people, you're always on my mind. And you're always on God's mind too. Don't forget that. If you're part of the people of God, God can't forget about you. And that's a good thing. Give him thanks for that. Well, I tell you what, Brian, this is looking really good. Are you going to build a spring house back around it, or have you decided yet?
Haven't made any decisions yet. I'm just thrilled to have it cleaned up and found what I've found so far. Not sure if I'm going to make a spring house out of it, but I like it kind of just the way it is.
Well, you are uncovering history, and you may uncover some more up here at this place because it is a historic place here. All right, we'll see y'all next week on the Weekly Word. We'll find some other adventures. There's always something neat popping up. See you next time. Good job.